I'd just like to show you something here. You know, this just shows you the arrogance of some people. You know, it's absolutely terrible. I'm just going back, you know, to let you see this. I hope you can see it. You know, it's absolutely ridiculous to just come along here, you know, and just dump that stuff. You know, there's microwave oven over there. There's a microwave oven there, look. You know, in a beautiful piece of countryside that this Countess Wells Road is, and yet some horrible person has just come along and just offloaded that stuff into the edge of the road. Terrible. Oh well, it's not nice. And that's not the only one. There's a few places along this road that, you know, and it's such a beautiful road. It's lined with Scots pine trees, lots of wild flowers if you go into these woods and that, you know, they're all beginning to come through now, and it really pisses me off when I see people dropping litter like that. You know. Well, the arrogance and ignorance of some people, should pick it up and take it to their house, dump it. Now we just dropped down about a couple of 100 feet off the high ground, you know, so we're still fair distance up yet. You know, you're roughly about 400 or 500 feet up at the highest point, you know, but I'm coming down now and probably down to about 2 or something like that. That's what I like about this road. You've got variety on it, you know, it's not just one long straight road. And when you're cycling along, you need something to occupy your puny little brain, James. that's how I've got this camera, you know. It gives me something to do, cycle along and enjoy the countryside, and if anybody wants to watch it, they're welcome to it. But and I am beginning to get the hang of this movie making on the computer now. I quite enjoy it. Got myself a new piece of equipment, a wireless speedo that my nephew Colin from the Isle of Man sent me. Not very nice of him now. Taken up cycling about a year ago now, and we're still enjoying it. It's not everybody's cup of tea, I suppose. I think people, you know, they make the mistake when they buy these bikes, you know, and they seem to go for very expensive mountain bikes, and before you know it they're lying in the garage, and that's the end of it. Sometimes I would like to start a wee website, you know, about taking up the bicycle, and I mean, you don't have to do it for losing weight, or just do it for enjoyment, and you get the benefits maybe of being able to keep your weight down. But to me, they always go off at a hell of a speed, you know, and they think they can just get on a bike, and because they're a reasonable age they can cycle for mile after mile. And it's always a mistake to do that. You have to, there's lots of things involved really. You've got to make sure the bike is right fitted for you, and you know, and you just take your time. Don't be going off in a speed, and before you know of it, and you know the wind's at your back, and you're probably gone out about 10 miles out of town, and then when you turn around, with the 10 miles back becomes about 40 miles. So it's no enjoyment. Besides, if you've got to build it up, you know, it might take a few months to slowly but surely build up your mileage, you know, until you get used to it, and then you have to enjoy it. I just don't come out here just to push pedals, you know. I love the countryside for one thing anyway, and everything that's attached to the countryside, you know, the wildflowers, the scenes, the views, colours especially, I enjoy, you know. I mean, look at today. I mean, I've just come out away from the wind a wee bit, and I can feel the sun, the heat of the sun on my legs, you know. What could you ask, eh? But like I say, you have to be sensible when you start cycling. You know, and believe me, take it from me, you can enjoy it if you just don't go off cycling thinking you're fit, you know, and you can push in all these miles, and the next day you're in dire pain. It's got to be built up. And once you get to that stage, I can promise you it's amazing how you'll just enjoy going on your bike and having a bit of a run for yourself, and coming back home, you know, and having a shower and a cup of coffee and a cup of tea. And there's lots of things you can do. while you're cycling along. I mean, I have this movie camera which I enjoy. I can't believe that I've been retired for about, oh, let me see now, 15, 16 years now I've been retired, and I've loved every last moment of it. I couldn't get retired quick enough. Bless you, Sandra. And day she says to me, you're awful fed up. So, well, I'm fed up working. I'd like to do some of the things I've always wanted to do. I'd like to take up the piano again. I'd like to do a lot more cycling than I do. I'd like to teach myself how to work computers and get into this technology thing, and by God, I've enjoyed every minute of it. And you don't have to be a, hello Corky, my cat. You don't have to be the brain of Britain, you know, it's just take it at your own speed and I enjoy it. You know, the thing about cycling is you don't have to be one of these fitness fanatics, you know what I mean? No, not anything against that, you know. I never actually joined any of these gymnasium things, you know. I have to be out and about. Lying there, as one guy says, pumping iron, you know, it didn't appeal to me, but then again, always respect people, what they do, and if they enjoy that, why not? I'm sure people say I'm nuts. Now we've been on the road for about an hour now, and we'll be coming up to the main junction in about another 10 minutes or so. There is a part of the road where we actually have to go on the main road, unfortunately, or unfortunate. But it's only for about 4 miles down past the Logie restaurant and on up onto the Turfins Road. God, look at that across there. I'll just point this camera up here. I'll see if I can get some nice shots. These hills in the distance there, look at them. I can spot one. That is definitely the Cairn Mount, way over there. I don't know if this camera picks it up or not. But and the wind's dropped. You can see how green the fields are now. The farmers getting all the plants in and getting things going for the summer harvesting. Exciting time, isn't it? Look at that sky up there. That lovely blue sky. You know, this is when I wish I was a wee bit better a painter than I am. You know, I'm more sketch funny pictures me, you know. But I'd love to be able to do that. But then again, I suppose there's nothing like the real thing, is there? Off we go again. I Now, temperature's creeping up a wee bit. This new piece of equipment I've got, you know, for my nephew, tells you everything. Gives you average, miles, speed, direction. I think there's everything on this thing. Amazing what they can put onto a little wee chip, eh? The invention of the chip. But they can put onto a wee pinhead. Someone says to me they could put the whole of the Bible onto a chip no larger than the size of a pinhead. Makes you think, doesn't it? Where's it going to stop? And there's the machine there, cutting down my trees. I think I'll sabotage them. Nah, they have to be thinned out, I know that. It's just a shame when you see that beautiful Scotch pines being cut down, you know. Sat there for about 40 years and there they go. I mean, just look at the amount of broom there is on that. Look at it, it's amazing, isn't it? That's a colourful scene for you, James. Now we're just coming to the end of part one.